I'm sorry I'm very late right now to doing YouTube right now. Been on a very short break, if you know. And I originally planned to do this video differently. I originally planned to do it in a YouTube format with me voiceovering it instead of me talking about it. I will do that later on, but instead I wanted to do a specific video because I haven't done the Christmas video. Hawkeye. Now, if you do remember, I did a whole video called Is Hawkeye Supposed to Be Good? In my reaction to the trailer of it. In the video, I said that I thought it could be a good show, and now I don't know if it's good or bad. Here's what I mean by this. I have ranked Marvel TV shows in 3 categories. The great, to the good, well, 4 categories, to the okay, and to the bad. Now, I'm just going to name a few that fit into the categories. For the great categories, we have shows like Daredevil and Falcon and Winter Soldier. For the good category, we have shows more in the less of the Cloak and Dagger, or maybe Runaways in there. And then we have the okay categories. Maybe WandaVision fits into that category, with also being Luke Cage. Then we have the bad shows. And what fits into there is Inhumans. So, and maybe season 1 of Iron Fist. So, when I was ranking the show in the category, I didn't know where to put that because it's not one of those shows that is simply easy to find. I wanted to see how the MCU was going to handle taking one of the most interesting characters of all of them. And what I mean by this is this. Hawkeye is an interesting character because we don't know as much as we know about him. What I mean by this is simple. Hawkeye was not set up technically in any of the past MCU movies except for Thor in one scene. Hawkeye was not also that, but the only thing we knew about him was he had a family in a secret location. Everything else about Hawkeye was morally not known about. Heck, in the first Avengers movie, Hawkeye was halfway the bad guy. And then in the second film, we learned he was living in a safe house. So, Hawkeye as a character was always a weird character to me. It wasn't like Black Widow where we got to see her on another film like Captain America or Winter Soldier. We just didn't know much about him. And really, the film did not help this. But the TV show has brought some introduction to Hawkeye as a character. I did not think Hawkeye this show was bad at all. But my main problem with it has been, and still is right now, is it introduced so many characters that didn't need to be in the show. Hear me out. Just hear me out here. Here's how many characters got introduced in the show that didn't have to be. Black Widow's sister. Wilson Fisk. Spoilers. All of these characters didn't technically have to be introduced in the show themselves. I didn't think that Wilson Fisk actually fit the show of Hawkeye himself as a character, even though he's a great character. He's more of a Daredevil villain. And since he exists, shouldn't Daredevil at least pop up in maybe an episode? I mean, since Fisk is technically dead, shouldn't he? What I mean by this is Hawkeye has the potential. The problem is how they use the story. And I mean this pretty simple. Hawkeye the show is not bad, or good, or great, or even okay. It's a weird show because it doesn't fit into the category. And the finale made me change my opinion on it. Because itself as a finale, it was pretty good. I mean, the whole reason that Black Widow's sister is chasing down Hawkeye is because he didn't save her. That's the reason. And Wilson Fisk's reason for being there is unknown really to the plot, but he's just there to be there. Yeah, as you can see, the show itself isn't the best with character development. But Kate's story is more developed than any of the other characters, and I actually love some of the side characters that we see in the show. The rest of it is more of a mundane show. I like the idea of them taking place in Christmas time, which isn't a bad idea, but the rest of the show itself really feels like it's more going for a pace push-off show. And I want to say a Merry Christmas to all of you guys out there because this is my Christmas episode. And I actually did want to make this for you guys because I'm not going to be making a video on Christmas. I wanted to at least get the Christmas comicman06 review out for you guys that had something related to the comic books. And why not do it on Hawkeye? So, yeah. Now, in my opinion, this is a weird show for me. And I'm going to tackle it in another video titled Hawkeye. It changed. So, yes. I don't want to explain that much that I'm going to explain in the video, even though I'll explain half of it. But that's all for right now. And I'll see you guys next time in another comicman06 video. I'll be seeing you guys next time. comicman06 signing out.